Hello, everybody, and welcome to Final Show Films. I'm John, your executive producer here, and thanks for tuning in to watch or listen to whatever it is you're about to watch or listen to. In these trying times, we really do appreciate everyone that feels that we are worth their time, and we hope that we're able to give you something entertaining to while away the time as you spend it. We particularly want to thank those of you that feel like we're worth financially contributing to, particularly our $25 and up supporters on Patreon, who are Antitonic, Drevian Alexander, Cat Waterflame, Rowan Parker, and Samantha Bates. Yes, I read that off of a list. Thank you very much for supporting us. I know that in these uncertain times, finances are tough for everybody, so that you're willing to donate to us means a lot to all of us here, and we thank you. That being said, please sit back, relax, and enjoy. We're live. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Gran, Terra, Shadowfront. I'm John, your game master for the evening, coming to you from a new internet setup, which means that hopefully we shouldn't drop frames anymore. I could theoretically crank the upload speed to this much higher, but I'm not going to. I'm joined this week by Jack.
Hey everybody, I'm Jack. I'm playing Gentmanar, the half-elf spellslinger.
Who will eventually have a moment where Annabella can yell at him about things, but not today. And Mara.
Listen, give us like 5 minutes. I'm sure something will start. Hi, I'm Mara. I'm playing Titania Valkorian, Eladrin Druid Princess.
Also very loud.
Sorry, we've discussed this.
Holy shit.
That headset has free will.
I don't know. How's that? Is that better?
That
Better.
My ears are not bleeding yet.
Okay, cool.
That was a commentary on volume, not the quality of your voice.
Absolutely, 100%.
Appreciate it.
Just like knives in the eardrums. And William.
Hi, I'm William. I'm playing Valdez Stonebeard, the Dwarven Samurai.
And Craig.
I'll be playing Grumman Bellmender, the Way of the Drunken Master Monk.
And
Who's a dwarf. I forgot that part.
And Camille.
Hi, I'm Camille. I'll be playing Annabella, the human ranger spy bodyguard chick thing.
And Cody.
You're a Kenku.
Cody, I'm playing Ithram Valar, Hobgoblin War Wizard.
And Jeremy.
Oh, I am Jeremy. I am playing, I don't even remember, Nixa. Currently a Yanti pureblood warlock of Galadir.
And as always, Black Lives Matter, trans rights, human rights. I'm wearing a chicken on my shirt. And we pick up.
Are you always wearing a chicken on your shirt?
I am right now.
Because
Yeah, I get you, Jeremy.
Yeah, I was going to say, how does that become as always?
right.
The same way a skeleton smiles.
No, you
By
don't get to use
smizing?
that for every excuse.
When last we left off.
Watch him.
It's not how that works.
When last we left off, the Steelhearts had taken a long rest in the stump of an engorged tuber that was planted in the ground by Grummond, complete with personalized doors for every member of the party. We'll wait until Jack gets back to describe exactly what the personalized doors look like. And they had had a long rest. There had been some revelations that occurred. Titania had had some conversations with some distant relatives. And we're going to pick up not where we left off, but a little bit before that. first with one rewind, because I really want to get two characters' reactions to a particular aspect of the house. Craig, could you please describe to Jack and Jeremy
Oh God.
Yes.
what
Are you kidding me?
what their
No,
doors
this
looked
is
like
great.
when they went
Yes.
to find their rooms?
So you go
Okay.
down the ladder. Yeah, hold on, buckle up, everybody. I'm going to tell you all Nate the Snake over the next 45 minutes. No, so you come down a ladder and there's sort of a circular room with a kitchen, and then there's a hallway off of that, carved from the earth, and spaced along it were doorways, also made of wood, also circular in nature, and in the center, about 3 feet high of each door, is seemingly carved into the wood. Each of your faces in each door has one of your faces. So Gent and Nixa, currently Nixa,
Yes,
is that right?
yes.
So there would be a picture of your face, a carving of your face, just going, just wide-eyed, wide-mouthed smile, and that's
Like
just
straight,
every
straight up Hanna-Barbera face.
Yeah, like each one of your faces is doing that. And that was the best way, because as Grumman explained it, he wasn't sure who read what languages. And it just seemed the easiest way to indicate whose door was whose room. And also, if you make them smiling, no one will be worried. So it seemed to Grumman the easiest, most welcoming thing to do.
To be fair, from what I understand, Grumman had started talking about 10 hours earlier, and Gent had just dissociated his brain away from reality and
Yeah,
probably
that's-
doesn't even know where he is, what he's doing, or anything. He's
Mm.
removed his senses of perception from this plane and stuffed them into a small pocket somewhere else.
There are there were small differences. Each of the rooms has little bioluminescent fungi coming out of the walls, sort of lamp shape, and small differences in each room. Each room has a essentially a large stump growing from the ground that has soft leaves, a bed of lichen, and then soft leaves over it, so a comfortable place to sleep. In Gent's room, there are a lot of wooden roots and knobs growing out of the walls that look like they are intended to house rifles and guns. So you have a place to store your things. In Nix's room, there is a made of wood, but also sort of coming out of the ground. There is a changing screen and lots of hooks for lots of different clothes. Those are the small differences in each of their rooms. Grumman doesn't know them super well yet, but those were the specific changes in their rooms. And that was all. John, I didn't know if there was anything else you wanted me to describe.
Nope, that was it.
Okay.
So, I would like the reactions of the two of you upon seeing your door. Just for me.
Gent comes down, looks around, sees what's going on, sees his face leering at him from out of a panel of wood, and follows Titania into her room.
Oh, I would have at the point that we're at, I would have no.
Yeah, you would have been met with a closed door.
Yep.
With Titania's grinning face on it.
Yep.
And Titania, I think the other thing we didn't really get into, but you know what? We should do that in the morning. Never mind. Unless you tried to do anything to change the shape of the place.
No.
Is Valdeth's door closed?
Valdez sitting and drinking heavily.
Yeah. At that point in time, Valdez was drinking because it had been a long fight and day.
Nixa just looks at the face, ponders a moment, and then shifts through several forms, including a couple that just get made up on the fly, just to see if it changes.
It doesn't.
Okay.
No,
Well,
it's just carved.
disappointing. And then walks in.
So yeah, so you all had a long rest and an evening. of decent food and company. We pick up actually on the final watch of the night with Grummond and Annabella.
I technically I think we were the first watch.
First
We
watch
were
of the
first
night.
watch, yeah.
Whichever
Yeah.
one it was, because you had wanted to have a conversation. We're going to that one.
So Annabella, I think, was at the table. Is that right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
At the table, yeah.
So Grummond is sort of washing up after dinner, and by washing up, I mean taking all the things and sort of dumping them, all the wooden plates, and kind of dumping them into a sink because we're never coming back to this particular place.
Mhm.
And is then taking out some bottles and setting them out. And turns around and says, "So, Annabella, how do you feel about wormwood?" And pulls out a particular bottle and sort of sloshes it towards you, and there's a vaguely green, translucent liquid in it.
I don't rightly know that I have a particular feeling about it one way or the other. Why?
Oh, well, we're gonna find out then. And he takes that bottle, another one full of a clear liquid, and a few smaller bottles, and starts mixing a few things together. And while he's doing so, he says, "So getting here all by yourself, that was quite a thing to do. How'd you find this?"
Oh, well, Lady Titania's mama is she's my queen, so she knew where she was. And she just teleported me in. There wasn't much to it.
Well, that's not bad. Now, this sort of job, I know you said you've got sort of a following there. Is it a pay every other week sort of thing, or pledge your life of service sort of thing? Somewhere in the
More
middle.
the second than the first.
Right. Something that you're born to, something that you signed up for.
Well,
If
I
you
was
don't mind
born
my
to it,
asking.
but that's not necessarily true for everybody.
I see. And the rest of your family, then they do it as well.
Me and my mama, my daddy, my brothers, my betrothed.
Oh, you're engaged. That's wonderful. Tell me about your, if you don't mind my prying, tell me about your betrothed. Are they back home then?
He's arrogant and stupid and full of himself and strong and smart and brave and everything a Crosby's supposed to be.
Sounds like the sort of person that'll drive you crazy in all the right ways over the years.
The right ways, if you say so.
Well, you don't sound too pleased about it. Is this, again, not knowing too much about where you come from, is this the sort of thing that was also chosen for you? Or is this a person that you chose yourself?
Yes, it was chosen for me.
Oh, well, how do you feel about that?
I have my days. Some days I feel just fine about it. My duties, it's what I was taught to do and what's expected of me. And then some days I just get mad, real mad, because I don't even know that I want to be with anybody. I don't know that I want to go looking for love, or whatever that means. But I also don't know that I want to go pop out babies for some peanut head like Merciel Core.
At this point, Grumman has finished mixing up what he's mixing, and pours a again one of the wooden cups that he's kind of plucked out of the countertop, seem to have grown out of the countertop. Pours in some for you and some for him, and sits down across the table from you, and pushes it over to you, and takes a swig of his, and says, "So, Mercurial or Peanut Head, whichever one you'd prefer."
Merciel.
Marcial.
Mercy, for the sake of the conversation.
Of course,
He hates
man.
it when people call him that, but
Oh, you should call him
it'll
that all
work.
the time then.
Oh, I do.
What if you just said go fuck yourself? And went off and
Well,
got married to whoever
no.
you please, or not married, whatever you do please.
Well, I would have to first renounce my entire family, walk away from my job, forsake everything I believe in.
It's a requirement of your employment. I mean, I know hiring laws differ from place to place, but I can tell you there's not an establishment in Swiggle that would be allowed to operate if they required matrimonial status for any of their employees.
It's sweet. Tehran's not like that. It's a little different.
As again, I know we just met today when you crashed down through the sky, and then
Yesterday.
it's all blurring together. But I mean, is this the sort of thing that makes you happy? I mean, you're very good at what you do, obviously, but
Well, that's just it. It's the only thing I've ever known. I am very good at what I do, and I do very much enjoy it as well. But I have my days. I think everyone does, though.
well, aye, everyone does, but some of those people just decide to keep doing what they're doing, and other people decide, forget it, I'm gonna go off and do my own sort of thing. I worked behind the bar for the better part of a century, and here I am freezing my arse off up in the snows and delving around in dungeons underneath and working for 5 gold a day. I love it. Happier than I've ever been. Almost. I miss my family, of course, but I'll see them again someday. You're young. You got so much time ahead of you. Not as much as some others, of course. The whole human thing. Sorry about that, but apart from that, I mean, Titania, she seems swell. I've enjoyed my time with her, but just one single person doesn't mean a whole system is worth signing away your life. You could work with her
we
one
ain't
on
just
one
about
if you
her.
want. What's that?
She's who I'm sworn to protect right now, but if I was assigned to another member of her family, I would be assigned to another member of her family. If something happens to her and it ain't on my watch, then they just give me someone else to watch over.
Grumman,
Or most likely, if she becomes queen, I wouldn't be promoted to join her unless she asked for me.
Grumman sort of scratches the stubble that's growing under his chin, takes another drink of his cup, sort of looks significantly at yours, but doesn't say anything.
Oh, I take a swig.
It's very alcoholic. It seems like pretty much everything in it is alcohol. There are strong notes of juniper, some other more subtle botanical notes, and on the back of that there is an almost sort of aniseedy quality from the wormwood. Essentially, it's absinthe mixed with gin, but with some citrus notes from some bitters that have been added to it.
Oh, so, that's well, that's a stout drink.
Oh, it's the sort of thing. I figure if we're staying up for watch, nothing that'll make us go right out, but no direct coffee or anything in it that'll keep us up past watch.
I like that. I will continue to enjoy it.
But and he says, but I mean, you say other members of the family. I know I'm new to the situation here, but am I correct in my understanding that her brother burst out of the chest of her grandfather or something like that?
That was my mistake.
It's a great uncle.
Yeah.
It was her
many greats
from many greats uncle. It was her grandfather's son, which was, I mean, again, many great. It's a very complicated history.
Wait, it was a grandfather's son that did the bursting, or
yes, yes,
okay,
burst out of the chest of her uncle.
Great, out of the chest of
Okay.
It's yes.
I mean, I'll be honest with you. I appreciate the clarification, but that's not particularly the part of the situation that I'm most focused on. I mean, it's more the bursting out of the chest, and regardless if it was a third cousin or a great aunt, I mean, they pop out of each other. I mean, that's again. I mean,
time around necromancers, have you?
I mean, well, no, I suppose, and I'll admit that monarchies have their own idiosyncrasies here and there, but that seems like
it ain't just the regular monarchy, sweetheart. These are magic folks involved with death. A lot of magic folks actually don't like him very much for that fact and by itself.
Again, you don't exactly sound like you're selling it either to yourself or to me.
Well, I don't have to sell it to myself. It's all I know.
What? Right, but there's a whole world full of other things and other options. Look, I wouldn't be asking if it was something that you sounded happy about, but living by default's not a way to live, if you'll pardon me saying so.
Pardon me, just fine, but I don't know. I ain't never had a reason. It's an awful big thing to just walk away from everybody you know and everything you care about.
Well, of course it is. I mean, it's not something to consider lightly. All I'm saying is it's something to consider. Not walking away, but just if you're happy.
I suppose.
That's all.
Yeah.
I don't mean to get going. It's been a long day, and I suppose I turn to other thoughts at the end of the day. But just, again, you'll pardon an old man for prying probably where he shouldn't. But
that's just fine.
Just keep
You're
it
sweet
in mind.
and nice and honest. And I don't know a whole lot of people like that.
Well, and you should meet more people.
Hmm.
Do me a favor.
Maybe.
Are you allowed vacations? Days off? Sick days? Any sort of thing like that?
Vacations.
You know, a day where you don't have to work, where you can do something that you choose as opposed to something that's assigned to you as a duty.
Oh, sure. And then I go and, work with my family.
Yeah, but you're still working then. I mean, I get it. Family's important, don't get me wrong, but...
Well, there's, balls and parties and time with friends.
Have you ever just done nothing?
Courting and all that.
Yeah, but that all sounds like stuff that's assigned to you or decided for you. Have you ever just done nothing?
Why would I do nothing?
Because that's when you can think of everything. That's when you can take some time and think about yourself. Not every day. That's going to make you an absolute asshole if that's all you do. But just every once in a while. Look, do me a favor. I know back home you've got all sorts of demons and chest-bursting great uncles and all sorts of shite like that. But maybe when we get all this wrapped up, we find this lich. We sort out the demons back home. I tell you what, maybe take a week. Maybe all of us take a week. I don't know. But take a week. Come with me to Swiggle. We'll get you set up. Just a place by yourself. You don't have to listen to me jawing on all the time, but we'll find you just a room down right by the water. You can have the windows open, feel the sea breeze on you, and I'll set you up with all the food and drink you can handle for the week.
That sounds nice. I'll tell you what. We get out of this in one piece, and I'll think about it.
Just do that. Don't think about it for my sake. Just promise me we get out of this. You'll think about yourself a little bit. That's all.
Deal.
All right. He finishes his drink. Well, you want another? We've got probably a time for another before we have to wake the others.
Yeah, I'll have one more.
All right. And he turns around and starts mixing things back up.
All right. Okay. So, the long rest passes. You all get up in the morning. You do your daily preparations. Titania does not pray to the God Emperor of Taram and thus does not restore her spell slots.
Yep.
And
that was an import that was decided last session.
Yep.
For those who were not here.
Oh yeah.
Was that public knowledge?
No one knows this.
Oh no, actually no, it was not.
Not
public. I guess out of character it was, but
out of character, yes.
Nobody knows this in character. Okay.
Correct.
And you all step out of the house, climbing the ladder back to the front door. Yes, Gent.
Before he went to bed,
Mm-hmm.
Gent took his hand axe and chopped his face off his door.
You found that the door was not damageable by the hand axe.
I don't know why, but I didn't see on the door coming at the end of that sentence. I was observed.
You take this fairly standard hand axe,
Right.
and you go tink, 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 and it feels like you're hitting. It feels like you're hitting stone.
Dynamite it is.
He'll shoot it once with one of his magic bullets just to check.
I gotta look at the item.
You steal a gun from a dead general, and that's what you do with it?
You don't know.
I mean, you're standing in a hallway,
No,
shooting a
that's-
door.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying to him, like in character.
like you hear that from Annabella as you shoot the door, and nothing, and it ping ricochets off, no damage.
Why is there gunfire?
You all hear a
Drummond comes running
gunshot.
out.
Hobgoblin runs out of the room.
Second hobgoblin runs out of a different room.
Grumman comes running out of his room wearing an apron and nothing else.
Of course he does.
Valdeth, being familiar with Ghent, probably doesn't get out of Titania's room. It's just kind of. Ghent finally got sick of
I
that
have
face on
personal
the door.
objections to the decor.
Well, next
This
time I'll make you a
firearm
fire
is
in the
not
night.
stolen.
What do you mean the firearm's not still? Do you know? I know what that gun is.
We had a deck
No,
of
it's a
many things.
It's a very well-made gun, but it was created by magic out of nothing because someone drew a card out of a deck of cards.
So you didn't get that from General.
No, it's
Oh.
very akin to the one that General Von Arbus bears, but unfortunately, I believe that one is more in
Bad.
possession of...
Sweetie, bad.
Yes. Trust me, I was there. I saw it.
Well, that
Oh.
explains a lot.
What happened to his?
Presumably, Valdez says, stepping out after having taken the time to get dressed, it's currently in the hands of the man who has usurped the throne of the Empire.
Canalian,
That's actually a
yes.
valid guess, isn't it?
The same man who burst out of said general's chest and killed him.
Oh, that's what that was in reference to. Okay, I did not know that out of character.
Well, I'm not going to be able to get any more sleep, so should we get going?
Yes. I
This
think
would have
this
been
would be a
before
good
the
time
long
to-
rest finished because he got said
No.
before he went to sleep.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
no, this was literally like right before
Oh,
bed.
gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
This
yeah.
was 8 hours ago.
Mhm.
Grumman sidles up to Titania and says,
Get-
Your fiance doesn't seem to like my doors.
I don't think he likes a whole lot of things, sweetie.
I think it's just a little
I'm sorry,
can
Annabella.
be-
Do we need to have a conversation?
disconcerting.
Yeah, I didn't
Oh,
intend
I
it to
think
be.
we're just fine with conversation.
Can you control the growth of plants?
Yes.
Then if you'd like, you can change things around. Maybe make it a sad face. Maybe you'd like that better.
Mara,
Better
can you-
idea.
Mara, can
Come-
you push your microphone out a little bit?
No, it does not move out. I'm sorry. I can move it like up here, but then the sound.
Then
is
you're
No,
yeah,
that's
then
no
you're way
good.
worse. Yeah. I wish we could affect the volume of your microphone. That'd be great.
Here, let me change it. I'm just gonna. I hate this. I can't use my mouse. Is the problem. Hang on.
Like use whichever one's most convenient for you. It's just that one
Right.
is so loud.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
Start crowdfunding campaign to get Mara a new microphone.
I have a nice. There.
That's better?
Much better.
Yeah.
Significantly better.
All right. Better idea. Come here. I'm going to pull Get into the room.
Jink.
Yes.
Bit touchy.
What's going on?
Ternalian ascended to the throne, which means he can contact me anytime. All the time. Kind of sucks.
Not just you. His voice echoes in the room amongst the three of you that are in there.
Go fuck yourself.
There's no response.
Well, that's interesting.
With that particular beard, Jack makes Gent look a little bit more unhinged than normal.
A little bit.
He's been traveling underground with 2 bellmenders for a period of time.
They should be very relaxed. Then.
Traveled with a third one for a little bit too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A fourth if you
All
count
right.
Donkey.
Don't like it, but it's where we're at.
It's definitely a bellmender.
Well, that does seem to be an increasingly apt description for our general status quo most days this past year or so.
Hasn't even been a year. I think.
It's probably been a little bit over a year, actually.
Has it?
Yeah, I would say
Wow,
that.
okay.
Like,
I don't know.
in fact, it would have been just about the year anniversary of the mission to the wall.
Oh boy.
When you delivered the soul stone to the God Emperor.
Fuck. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Just bear in mind, his choices are not your fault.
No.
And I will happily bring the entire caliber of my wit into roundly insulting him in any necessary forms possible, as long as he's eavesdropping.
Okay. You don't need to do that against everyone else in the group.
That's fair.
I like Grumman's drinks. They're very good.
Quite frankly, I just enjoyed Grumman's person, to be perfectly honest. He's friendly. He's nice.
You'll forgive me not trusting that sort of thing most of the time. But I will.
I feel like you don't trust that sort of thing right now because his last name is Bellmender and you've had a bad experience.
One of many contributing factors. And I can admit that the gentleman does seem to know his way around a brewery quite well.
Now, I need some actual sleep. So if you want, I can change your door. Or she flops down on the bed. She's very tired. I have 35 hit points. Not going anywhere. Or doing anything if not absolutely necessary.
Don't trouble yourself. I'll be fine. All right.
You know, the option is there for you to stay in here with the two of us, I believe was sort of the implied there.
Yes, that's what I was getting at.
Very well.
And Gent will get some sleep.
3 of you in one room.
Yep.
Yep.
Get your sleep. You all get your long rest. You all pack up, do your things in the morning. Any other last minute things in the house?
On the way out, Grummond will grab the new tuber with a tiny chimney that's growing from the ceiling and tuck it into a pocket.
Yeah, the
How
house.
does that just stay there? Vala says, looking at the rest of the house as he grabs the tuber.
Oh, it'll break down. It's not one of those fancy sort of places that'll disappear into its own dimension and kick everything out. So, just bring everything you need. But if you've got any trash or rubbish, just leave it behind.
Compost.
There's gonna be doors with our faces on them sitting around here in the middle of nowhere until this thing decomposes.
Oh, they'll be gone before you know it.
How long is before we know it?
I don't know. I don't know.
I don't know.
Have you ever stayed around to watch one disintegrate?
Well, then I'd still be in it, and it wouldn't be.
It decays at the rate that plants decay, aye?
Yeah, pretty much.
So a while.
Are we certain of that?
Yes. No,
Okay.
I don't know.
So it could be here conceivably, since it's a magic thing, until the end of time.
Well, it could. Well, it could, except we're in shifting ruins in a magical sunken city. So I've never seen one of them survive the reshuffling of the hive. So I think we're less concerned about the rate at which the wood will decay, and more concerned at which the rate that the hive will reshuffle itself.
Fair enough.
It'll get collapsed up, folded
All
in on
right.
itself, and moved along.
I can be fine with that.
I won't do faces. That seems like a less than popular choice. I'll do stylish name tags next time. How about that? And Gent, don't worry, yours will be a totally normal door.
I don't believe you.
You should. It's going to be totally normal.
You saying it the same way twice makes it sound less believable.
Picture a door.
Kinda
What's it
does.
look like to you?
All right, I'm picturing a door
Yeah, what's it look like? Tell me about it.
made of stone.
All right. He leans over and he whispers something into the tuber.
Gent's already raised eyebrow raises another half centimeter.
I'm just taking notes. Go on, please.
Found in iron.
Right. Whispers
Post
again.
pivots for the hinge.
Did you say post pivots?
Uh-huh.
All right. Whispers again.
No keyholes.
Whispers again.
No iconography or writing of any sort.
Whispers again.
And Gent seems to be done with his description.
Do you want a latch from the inside?
Let's let the experiment run, shall we?
I'm just saying, if you got a door with no keyholes, how are you going to lock it?
You can always sleep in front of the
Don't
door.
worry. I'm sure this is going to work out great.
So,
Say it one more time exactly that way, just to make sure we're certain of it.
No, I'm sure it's going to work out great. Don't worry. Let's get going.
Thank
Anybody-
you. I
anybody else
appreciate
got-
that.
Anybody else have any door requests or room requests? Don't worry, Ithrim. I remembered it's going to be all dead voles all the time. So, your little friend's going to be mighty happy. He whispers something else into the tuber.
it's the malevolence with which you say whispers into the tuber is the thing I think that's really selling it here.
Little bit.
Thanks, Grumman.
He whispers
Wait,
into the tuber.
it's supposed to be with the same, like, it's like, hey Siri. It's like, hey tuber, set my reminder for totally normal door.
So, you all exit the house,
Mm-hmm.
climbing up the ladder, out the door, and you step into a different place than you had entered from. Where previously you were surrounded by the ruins of a kingdom and the very nearby tavern of haunted things, you have now found yourselves looking into a darkened field covered in shadow with a sky full of stars. As you look around, seeing what look like they might be buildings, might just be silhouettes in the distance, off on the horizon, in sort of the direction that you immediately look in front of you. You see a tall figure. Seems to be stretched to impossible proportions. And you don't really see it. You see the negative space as it blocks out stars while moving across the horizon.
What you're saying is they might be giants.
Or a lot closer than they appear.
Okay.
A meatloaf song.
And I don't want you to worry, that's not another Bellmender.
As far as you're aware.
All right.
Are we?
Can Yent make any roll to sort of identify where we've stumbled into, apparently?
You all can make religion checks if you like.
15.
7.
One, just a sec.
9.
Religion.
You said what?
Religion.
Religion.
13.
Hey, an 18
10.
for an intelligence check.
Which means you rolled a 19.
I did indeed roll a 19.
All right. So we have rolls from... Are we getting a roll from Annabella?
We are getting a roll from Annabella. Give me just 1 second.
No worries.
I gotta go to my...
And while we're waiting for that roll, what are the religious beliefs of everyone in the party? What's your primary deity, and what other deities do you pray to?
Marduk and Impulse.
Well, it was the God Emperor of Tram.
Still is.
Valdis deity has always been and remains Everstone.
Okay.
And also like pretty much all of them. She has the general belief that it's like very, very, very distant relatives. You are friendly to other people.
Yeah.
So she's friendly to pretty much anything except for probably
Like
Rethor,
Rethor.
because we've had experiences.
You used to pray to Rethor, but then you met him and you were like, nah, not anymore.
Nah. Yeah, exactly.
For those that don't remember the deity list, there is a link to the handout in the handouts in your journal.
Bren's faith is ambivalent.
It's the Divinity Guide handout.
My
They
sheet will open,
they fully believe in the deities. They don't care about them because they can't help them.
So as a refresher for Annabella, in addition, there is a triad pantheon in Gran Terra, which is to say 3 different pantheons. There's the Valorous Halls, the Arbitrators, and the Val Consortium. The principal gods are Kor, the god of Kor of the Valorous Halls, who is Kor is the Hearth Protector. His portfolio is Unity, Strength, Protection, Valor, and Glory. There's Argon, the Mother of Harvests, whose portfolio is the Harvest, Life, Fertility, Animals, and Nature. There's Balner, the Forge Father, whose pantheon is Artifice, Smithing, Trade, Manual Labor. Eleonorathis, the Dragon Queen, whose portfolios are Law, Dragonkind, Wisdom, Justice. And there is what's the last one of the Valorous Halls? Marduk, the Allfather, the Brother to Wall. Marduk, the Brother to Wall, whose portfolio is just having a good time. His portfolio is
Freedom, travel,
freedom-
revelry, storytelling, brotherhood.
Those are the principal ones that are worshipped by. Those are the Valorous Halls is generally considered to be the good aligned gods, though the alignments of gods shift continuously with people's beliefs in them. The second up is the arbitrators, which are the Sundered God, who is the god of balance, the elemental chaos, the god of magic, Eidos, the god of entropy, Aradanir, the goddess of lust, and Valkyr, the god of storms.
What about Larithia?
Larithia is in the Vile Consortium.
Oh, weird.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Larithia is in the Vile Consortium because people don't like lawyers.
Entirely fair.
In the Vile Consortium, there is Eferti, the god of demons, Dagoth, the god of death, Larithia, the god of law and balance, Kultir, the god of battle, and Rethorb, the demon god of sin.
He's an asshole.
So theological scholars in Gran Terra say that the gods are as much influenced by the world as they influence it themselves, and as such, the existence of these pantheons are separated along the lines that denizens of the world separate them. Basically, the gods are in their respective pantheons because those are the pantheons the people of Gran Terra believe they belong in. A long time ago, Kultir used to be a member of the Valorous Halls, and then shifted because of the way the world's belief in Kultir changed.
It's just hilarious that the arbitrators don't include the arbitration god.
No, because people hate lawyers.
Because a lot of people hate lawyers.
They really do.
And those are just the main gods. There are as many other gods as there are cities and people that believe in them. The gods in Gran Terra are spawned by belief. So, if you believe in a god, they exist. Like Impulse, who is the god of impulse.
Yep.
Checks out.
Impulse is the voice in the back of your head that goes jump when you stand next to a cliff.
Yep.
It's also the thing that makes you not die when you do it.
Occasionally.
He's the reason
really
Gent
lucky.
has a spider climb cloak and a featherfall token.
So, Ithram?
Ithram follows Kultir and one of his generals, Taiva.
Okay. So, Grummond, you strike me as a Marduk kind of guy.
It's actually I had actually thought about this a lot when you initially sent me the Divinity Guide. In his younger days, he was 100% a Marduk follower, portfolio of revelry, of course. That was his whole deal. As he's gotten older, and I think sort of by the time he entered his second century of life, he has really shifted to Argon and the portfolio of life.
Mm-hmm.
Although both are sort of a, whatever the local equivalent of, Christmas or Passover is. he observes the sort of the family holidays, but is not particularly devout.
Mm-hmm.
I'm very excited for John to use all of this against us. Hopefully tonight.
And with Annabella, I know that the God Emperor would be one of them, but are there any other just concepts that Annabella would consider worth prayer?
Well, so actually, I was kind of hinting at this in her conversation with Grumman. Annabella, at a point in her life where she's kind of starting to really kind of question what she genuinely believes. She likes some of the concepts she's seen from other gods and other deities, but she was raised that the God Emperor was the end all be all. So.
And in Tehran, there is a very healthy religious crossover amongst a variety of things. Just that the God Emperor typically comes first. The only ones that aren't really worshipped openly in Tehran are the Vile Consortium. So, except for Larithia and Dagoth. Larithia and Dagoth do have their respected worship in Tehran, but
I was just thinking as a Crocy, that would be the primary. As far as faith was concerned, look, this is our job. This is our
yeah. All right, cool. So that's going to inform the religion checks, basically. That's why I asked. So go ahead and give me that religion roll, Annabella.
My god is the deific embodiment of my hometown.
Which, like I said, will inform the religion roll.
I had to close out roll 20 and all that.
You're good. I'll start with what I see so far. I'll start with the lower numbers. Ithram with a 7.
Yes.
You're definitely not on the material plane, or if you are in a pocket of it that is changed dramatically, but it doesn't feel like the material plane. None of these constellations match. And that's sort of the big thing.
All right.
Titania, you know, the sort of the sickly not good feeling that you got upon communing with the land when you first entered Uldur is amplified here, and you don't have to be touching the ground to feel it.
Oh, I don't like this.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sin, definitely another plane. You're not certain which one.
Okay.
You have some assumptions that you can make logically because of the information you've received previously, but you can't confirm it with that roll, with the roll of 10. Valdeth, 13. The Everstone worship of the Everstone is sort of segmented by crust layer, almost basically.
Yeah.
Where like the various, as you get deeper and deeper, the various aspects of rocks reflect various things. You are above ground right now, and so that's less helpful. But as you're looking around, there is definitely a sense of shadow and death. Annabella with a 6, no idea where you're at, other than another
no
plane.
idea. Not the material plane.
Yeah, you do get a distinct sense of shadow and death, Valdeth. With a 15 Ghent, you're pretty certain this is not another plane of existence per se. You are pretty certain this is sort of an extreme version of what Titania had described previously, in that Titania had previously described the land of Uldur was sort of had the Shadowfell and the negative energy plane bleeding into it. This feels like you've hit a point where that bleed through is particularly severe. And it reminds you of the hole to the Shadowfell that you had seen in the church you'd gone into to fight one of the Cult of Rethorb necromancers.
Right. Makes sense.
Grummond with an 18. There are places that you have heard of or been to where the divine realms bleed through the divine veil. Not enough for the gods to come through. The divine veil is specifically designed to keep gods from crossing it. So once on the other side of the veil, no god can come back. But aspects of them can bleed through. That's how clerics still get some of their power from them. That's how miracles and inspirations and magic comes to us. What little of it gets through. You have been to a place, not in Swiggle, further south from Swiggle, where Argon's divine realm bleeds through, and it is a paradise-like grove where there are all manner of rare plant and animal that live calmly and peacefully, and without, there is no disease there. There are no hunters or poachers.
I feel like he would still have a few prize casks left from what he distilled from what he brought back.
Very possibly, yes. And like, it was a place where, being in it, you felt no desire to raise a hand against any of the creatures there. And you had the feeling that if you did, divine retribution would follow.
I don't have to be a follower of Argon to know you don't go punching deer in the face. Sweet Lady of Grey.
This feels like that, but bad. This feels like some aspect of maybe Dagoth's realm has bled through.
Or say Ifirti.
Or Ifirti. Yeah.
So
This
Grumman,
is, yeah.
Sorry, go ahead.
I was like, this is a land of death, in a very literal sense.
So Grumman holds up a hand with 2 fingers and says, "I need everybody. First off, I'm almost completely certain this had nothing to do with my tuber. And second of all, I'm pretty sure we've somehow found ourselves in the domain of one of the gods, maybe Dagoth. Something more necrotically inclined."
Good
So,
guess.
Yeah.
Maybe having to do with the lich that we're after, or
Maybe an energy plane, probably.
hey, so everybody step careful.
This is about to get very dangerous.
Aye.
Do we have any conceptual clue about where we're supposed to head from here, then?
We could ask that one. Points to the giant figure occluding the night sky.
The sad thing is,
Thank
I
you.
don't see anything else.
Make a perception check, everyone.
Again, you're not one of those sorts who refuses to ask for directions, are you?
So 20 makes it a 28.
5.
16.
22.
I'm not exactly the sort who refuses to ask for directions on principle. I am the sort that when I'm in Genties, I don't go to the nearest person and say, "Excuse me, I have a very large amount of liquid money on my person and I'm looking for a money changer. Can you point me in the proper direction?"
Very boring and inefficient way to travel.
I love that the absolute best I can roll is 6 above the absolute worst that Camille can roll.
Facts.
So, I'm gonna start on the opposite ends because you're all gonna be getting different information out of this with these rolls. With the natural 1, Annabella, which is still a 16, still good, even a natural 1. Because skill checks are not auto failures on ones, unless I think it's funny.
Looking shoes, I still see better than most of you fuckers.
Yeah.
Right? Damn straight.
Annabella, you're sort of like focusing on the shadowy silhouettes, and as you're looking at them, you do recognize, and Titania, you do this as well. You recognize the outline of the tavern you were in that silhouette, which tells you that the structures are still here in a way, like they're still being reflected in whatever this alternate dimension is, but it's just not, you don't necessarily interact with them the same way. So with that, you do have a general idea of the direction you were heading. You had no idea in the first place as to where you were going specifically, but you can still figure out a path to go if you want, based on that. Ithram, you're just sort of, it's dark.
Yeah, I'm just still trying to get my bearings.
Can't see shit, Captain.
Can't see shit, Captain.
No, I'm just looking up at the stars trying to figure out where the fuck are we?
Grummond, the sky is weird. You're not used to not having the hive overhead. But you have a sense that, much like with the bit of divine bleed through that you had experienced previously, there was a center point. There was a point at which the bleed through began. And it tends to be centralized. These things tend to spread out in a radius. So you imagine if you can figure out which direction the center would be, that would be a good place to head if you wanted to find the source of this, which might be relevant. Who knows? Sin and Valdeth. As you're looking at this giant in the distance, you notice something odd. It is far too far away to make out any level of detail. To you, it looks like a matte silhouette against a painting of a sky just slowly moving. But something draws your attention distinctly. There is what you can only describe as a bodiless, rictus grin on the face of this entity.
Fucking damn it.
Found
Yes.
Ah, god damn it.
Definitely found him.
Wait, what?
I know exactly who the fuck that is.
Found who?
IDOS.
Oh, who's that?
Bad.
I'm sorry, what?
I point at the grin. Remember that face? From the fucking lake?
No.
Grumman wasn't there.
I say to Ithram.
No, I mean, I understood out of character. I understood you were saying it to Ithram, but Grumman still
Right,
goes.
but it's
Right, yeah, no,
no.
Grumman's that sort of
Yeah.
person that always responds. Yeah.
So yeah, Ithram, Titania, and Ghent, you can all, now that it's being pointed out to you, you can see just in the distance. There's no way you should be able to see this from the distance that this thing is at, but it's almost like it's a free-floating grin with too many teeth. That's just shifting ever so slightly in the head area of this monstrosity.
I wish I was better at convincing people of things.
Oblivion and everything all at once.
Seems happy at any rate.
IDOS always seems happy right before she fucking eats you.
Yeah, I don't...
I'm usually happy before I eat, so I understand that.
Grumman, not
Aye.
the time.
Where are we
sorry.
going?
Please not empathize with the gods of ultimate evil and chaos.
Well, I think you'll find sometimes that if you try empathy, ultimate evil, though, you say?
Well,
I mean,
IDOS isn't really the god of evil so much as the complete destruction and remaking of the world.
Ultimate evil. That's exactly what you just said.
Well, I've got a thing for redecorating sometimes, but
IDOS.
That on a
Oh,
cosmic
She's about to
scale.
redecorate
you're
our
right.
faces,
Yeah,
Grumman.
all right. No, I can see
Yes.
what you're saying. Okay.
To be clear, I'm sure it's very good for everybody who's on the other side of that when it gets remade. I'm not. Therefore, to me, that's ultimate evil.
All right. You don't know. I think I see what you're saying. Like redecorating overall, it seems like a good thing, unless you're the old wallpaper. Hmm?
And
out, yeah.
we are
And we are
all-
currently the old
Grumman,
wallpaper.
We are the old
Right,
wallpaper,
right.
yes.
No, I get it now.
I live in Desert Tents. I have no idea what wallpaper is, but I assume it's a solid analogy that, yes, no, it's not good, Grumman. This is... I have a spell to get us out of here right now if we want to just leave.
Have you really never seen wallpaper? Because it can do
Grumman,
marvelous
focus.
things for
How
rooms. I'll
is
tell you
that
that
the
much.
important? How is that the important thing right
Well,
now?
I don't know. We're in a plane of death. There's a giant thing. He's never seen wallpaper. There's a lot going on.
If you get us
Grumman.
out of here, will you get us back
Grumman.
to the material plane?
Assuming we can't just walk back through. Somebody said something about... nobody said actually anything about being able to see the rest of where we came from and where we're. So if perhaps, I don't know, the tubers that way.
Well, I mean,
There's
if
a
we want to
hissing
find out,
sound in the background.
I mean, if we want to find out where this is all
Look at the
coming
hissing
from,
noise.
Damn it! I look.
You look, there's nothing behind you. There's just the sound of...
Can we tell where it's coming from or how far away it is?
Make a perception check. This will be audio. This will be auditory for anybody that has anything that matters to that.
I got a 20 this time.
17.
Can
10.
30.
Nice,
14.
nice.
I assume that the fact that I can see anything invisible within 60 feet of me does not matter at this point.
You put the goggles on?
The goggles are always on if I'm awake.
Cool.
Because I've got demons
we never.
hunting me.
It's been so long since I've seen my fiance's eyes.
That's why you
Oh,
can't
yeah,
describe what
no.
color they are.
That's a fucking perception check, baby.
Right?
Oh, I had already rolled a 23. Okay, I didn't
Yeah.
see mine there already. I rolled a 23.
Yeah.
Ignore that 31.
Interestingly,
okay.
Gent,
Mm-hmm.
the goggles don't seem to have the same range that they do normally here. You actually,
worrisome.
as you sort of adjust them a few times, your natural vision range goes further than the goggles do in this area.
Okay.
The sea invisibility and features of the goggles currently only extends out to 30 feet.
30? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
30 is better than 0.
Hey, 30 is better than 0 still, but yeah, so like it's an interesting thing where putting on the goggles limits your vision at this point in this area. So perception checks. Starting at the 20, yeah. So Ithram, Sin, it's just sort of ambient. Actually, everyone that got less than a 20, the sound is just sort of echoing ambiently. It seems to be building, like something is hunting. Ithram and Titania, because they don't have the special thing that Annabella has. Also, Annabella, don't you have something for hearing with your?
My cuff.
Yeah. What does it do when you make hearing checks?
Let me look. Actually.
With an actual 20 Titania, you can tell the sound is coming from nearby.
Okay.
But you cannot see where because of just the way this place warps light.
Okay.
But you can tell it is multiple somethings. There's sort of a layering effect. It sounds almost like... It sounds like a hissing sound that is being generated not by some creature hissing, but by something else vibrating against itself.
Oh, it gives me a 20. It gives me +2, so I got a 25 instead of a 23.
Okay, cool. And Ithram, same, a similar thing. Ithram, you can tell that there's multiple things. Annabella, you can tell there's multiple things, but more specifically for you, you get a subtitle. The subtitle just says "Spine Demon" (growls).
Oh. Well, unless anybody wants to fight a spine demon, if we got a way out of here, we should probably take it.
Sorry, what? Yes. Do we want to?
Are we? Craig, you are muted. Whatever you're saying was not coming through.
Press forward, leave. What are we doing?
Right now, we're waiting for Craig to be able to be heard.
There we go.
There we go.
Yeah.
My mic is being stupid. The hardware mute decided I'm going to be on all the time. Grumman said, I mean, it doesn't sound like a bad time, but I'm getting from context that that's not what we're looking for, and I get it. Bigger fish to fry. So if we want to find out the source of this bleed through, I guess, of a divine realm or whatever it is that's happening, based on my past experience, which admittedly has been more harvest in nature,
Herman, the point.
Right, sorry. So it's a bit like drops into a wide basin. You can see there are ripples everywhere, but if you want to find out where they're coming from, you go to the middle. So,
right, can you point that direction?
No. Can I,
Great.
John? I don't think I have any idea.
As you're thinking about it, Annabella, the subtitle, more subtitles begin to appear. This time, as you all hear. Hang on, let me find this information again real quick. What is the? Hang on, I have it over here somewhere.
We also don't know how plane shift will interact with 2 dimensions bleeding on top of each other, because are we even off the material plane at this point?
Yes, maybe, don't know. But we can go to one plane where it's just one plane. But
you here? Where the fuck is that thing? I'm
favorite Christmas
pretty
carol.
certain it starts with that letter, but I can't find it. Why do I have so many monsters in my bestiary file?
Because you want to kill us with everything.
It's true. It's true. I do like to have a variety. Nope. 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 Fuck. Where the hell is it? I know I've. Hang on. Marvel as John looks for a monster that he's used and cannot find. Da 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 da. Why the fuck can't I find this thing? I'm gonna have to go all the way back.
Are you looking for that giant undead titan that we fought in the first campaign?
No, I'm not looking for that. Oh, that would be fun. No, I'm looking for something much more specific than that. I'm just gonna have to do this the old-fashioned way. Hang on. You know what? This is actually a good time for it. While I look for this, we're gonna take a break. We'll leave you on that cliffhanger for just a moment while we take a break. Remember, when we take our break, you take your breaks. So stand up, stretch your legs, grab a drink, do whatever you need. Use the bathroom, and also please stay tuned for these commercial messages. So we'll be back in just a few minutes. back right as Camille steps away.
I'm sorry.
I have perfect timing. So, Annabella sees a name and a phrase as all of you hear. Well.
God fucking damn it.
I finally found the Manar.
One day.
What? No, he's been tracking you motherfuckers physically. Because magic didn't suddenly stop working. It's taken him a while.
Hello, shitbag.
Does Minar mean anything to Grumman in character?
No, because Gent is not giving you his last name. So Annabella, your cufflinks say, Orphan. Well, I finally found the Manar. I say it's stupid of me that I couldn't remember it because my mnemonic for remembering this creature type is his name is Randall Keith Orphan.
Oh my god! I'm so annoyed and proud at the same time.
It's RKO out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Yeah, he comes out of nowhere.
He comes out of nowhere.
God damn it.
All right. Let's roll some initiative.
Who's Minar?
Who's Menards?
Hey, look at that.
Nice.
That's about what I expected. Wait, am I still on? Okay, no, I'm not.
Ooh.
I'll take that.
Unnatural of 20s.
He's back. He's mad, and he's got new pets. It's everyone's favorite demonic bounty hunter.
Sorry, I was looking at spells. These things on the map, are they obstacles? What are these?
Bits of ruin.
Okay.
The thing that Annabella is standing on at the moment is a stump, but like
Got it.
you know, you've got ruin and rubble and some trees that are long
Can they
dead.
move through? Is this part of like the weird shadow landscape, or is this?
They are all they are all part of the weird shadow landscape. You don't know if you can move through it yet.
Okay. Oh, Grumman.
That was to put me in the order. I rolled for the first time and I got a 20. But I hadn't clicked on my token, so I'm okay, John. If you want to punish my error by making me stick with that second roll, but it was mainly just to make me show up on the order.
No, that's fine.
That's rubbish because my token was selected and it's being stupid. So now I have to roll again.
Yep, but you take your first one.
Okay.
Okay, those are decent showings from the enemies.
Oh, okay. Well, first time I rolled a 19, second time I rolled a 20.
So let's drop that motherfucker by 1. All right. So, is everyone's initiative accurate?
Yep.
All right.
Grumman still has to be changed.
Oh,
yeah.
You can click into your number and change it.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't realize I could do that as a player.
You can do that as a player.
Okay.
It's your number.
Yay. I don't think I can drag myself in the order though.
No, I had to rearrange you once it's been set.
Although really, you don't have to be rearranged because, or no, you do.
Yeah, 20. Yep. Is your dexterity 20, Drummond?
It is, yes.
So, Dren and Grummond going on a 20.2. Decide amongst yourselves which one of you wants to go first.
Dren, you can go first because I don't think Grumman doesn't know who this is, so I think it would make sense.
Fair. Well, neither does Dren. I don't think that
Well, this particular wrinkle has not been explained.
Yeah, because we've been keeping up with the hidden aura, so he just had to track us by foot.
Yeah.
I don't think the legend killer has been around since.
Right, it's time for punching.
All right, Annabella, you're up first.
Oh, you said. So I can kill it?
Definitely.
Please.
With pleasure.
Although he does explode when you kill him.
Just saying, don't be at 2 failed death saves. We learned that the hard way.
He's not right on top of us, is he?
Nope.
Oh, it's time to take one of these babies for a test drive.
You also don't know where he's at.
He's also probably invisible along with his pets.
No, I don't know where he is, do I?
Nope. Yes, Jeremy?
Right, well then.
Wait, I'm looking at something. Never mind, ignore me.
Okay.
Is there anything I can roll to try to figure out where he is?
You can make an investigation or a survival roll.
Actually, change my mind.
Yes,
I do
Jeremy?
have a question.
Go ahead.
Is his invisibility an illusion spell? Or is it an illusion, period?
You don't know.
Most invisibility is.
Most invisibility is an illusion, yes. Make a religion check on Orphans. Let's see what you know about Orphans.
The reason that I'm asking this is because if it is, I can see him.
If he was in your line of sight, yes.
If he's in line of sight, yes.
He's not.
I rolled a 21 to figure out where he is.
21 survival check? So his voice echoes weirdly. So it's hard to pinpoint. But you get the idea that he is probably inside one of the ruined structures nearby. You're just not certain which one.
He's hiding in buildings.
He's close. He's in a building or something. Don't get too close. I don't know what kind of attacks he has, and he could. If he's
got a big fuck off crossbow with lots of dangerous different bolts and then a big fucking sword.
Oh yeah, that means he could probably take several of us at once. So maybe we should spread out some.
This is our third time fighting this fucker?
Yes. Yeah, rule of 3.
Map is being ugly to me.
It updates when you drop your token.
When I drop my token?
Yeah, when you let go, it'll update your vision.
It's how I keep you from scouting out the map. All right, so you're going to be standing on top of the stump?
Is that me?
Yeah, that's you.
No, the map has not updated for me yet.
You're moving your token around.
Well, yes, because I have a big black screen in my.
It's probably because I think they're in the wall.
There's dynamic light, yeah.
Can you see now? Hang on, wait. Is anybody holding a torch at the moment?
I have the radiant sword out, which
I mean, if it's dark, Grumman would be.
I have my lantern.
What's the brightness on those two things?
Let me check the Star Metal Gunblade.
I forgot.
The gunblade is 30/30.
I forgot that the human didn't have dark vision.
Lantern is 30/30.
The Star Metal Blade is 20/20.
20/20 for this gunblade. That's right.
Oh, that's really cool.
And the lantern is 30/30, you said?
Yep.
There's one person in this party who doesn't have dark vision. It's relevant now.
And also is standing in the shadow of the stump from the light.
Okay, so actually, no, I would, so with the information that he can probably attack several of us at once, I guess I'll use the rest of my turn to put some more distance between myself and.
It has also been long enough that your eye patch has restored if you wanted to turn it on.
I was just thinking that actually. And yes, I will do that.
All right, so you activate the eye patch, which gives you 60 feet of dark vision.
Let me look just to be sure.
Is the eye patch worn all the time, by the way, or only when?
No, I can
armored?
only. I'm trying to remember how much. I think I have an hour a day.
Yeah, you have an
Oh,
hour.
I don't necessarily mean used. I'm just curious. How often does she wear it?
No, she doesn't wear it all the time. She has it. It's usually flipped up, like on her forehead.
So like a sailor's eye patch, kind of, to compensate.
Yeah, like a sailor's eye patch, right?
Okay, cool.
So flip it down, tap it. You can now see better.
That's cool.
All right. And being able to see better, unfortunately, means you get to see this coming.
Uh-oh.
So no, it's fine because right now Gent is very, very edgy, and Edge beat Randy Orton in the third match.
I assume that's a wrestling reference.
Yes, it is.
I'm guessing so.
I got that reference.
That would be good if this particular individual going now was the Orphan, but unfortunately, it's not.
Oh shit! Well, nice knowing y'all.
No, this would be the Spine Devil.
Spine Demon, not a Spine Devil. There's a difference.
Spine Devils is not something for us to worry about at this level.
So, something that was previously blending in to the shadowed sort of silhouette of what looks like a pair of trees just melts into vision above and falling on Annabella. It is.
Can I use a reaction?
Yeah, you can.
All right. Reactive blast goes off. Oh no, wait, sorry.
What's the trigger for reactive blast?
I have to be hit by something. Sorry. So never mind.
This large, grotesque. It looks almost like a. It looks almost like a shriveled kenku with large black feathery wings covered in spikes and spines on all of the joints, wielding what looks like a sickle made out of something skeletal, like something skeleton. Just falls out of this tree, appearing as the wings flare out behind it, and it just comes down on Annabella. It has advantage because it was stealthed when it attacked you.
Yay! Yay for trying to move away and jumping into the trap.
Right. Advantage. Does a 25 hit you, Annabella?
Absolutely.
All right. It's going to deal 6 slashing damage and use its sneak attack. For another 11 slashing damage, so that's going to be 17 slashing damage total. As this spined sickle just rips into you as it lands next to you, but doesn't really land because the wings are still beating to keep it hovering just off the ground. It's gonna make a second attack. Does an 18 hit?
Hang on 1 second. Yes, it does.
All right. For 4 slashing damage. And it just sort of like so it comes down, catches you twice with this sickle, and then rears back as this bone like beak like face just opens, and this hissing rattling sound echoes in its mouth and throat as a spray of oil and grease just shoots out of its face at you. Doesn't have disadvantage because it's a ranged attack and melee, but advantage for the surprise, or for the stealth. Makes it a 25 to hit, which does hit. You take 12 points of necrotic damage, and I need you to make a dexterity saving throw.
This is still me?
Yeah, still you.
Son of a bitch.
It gets 3 attacks. Boom, boom.
So 12 points of necrotic damage.
Mm-hmm.
And a dexterity saving throw.
Yes. All right.
I say that laugh was delightful.
Particularly thematic too, because it's a failure.
I know. That was great.
A 12 is a failure on your dexterity save. If you have anything that will let you re-roll it.
I have inspiration, so
would you like to re-roll it?
Yes, I'm
Okay.
going to use a point of inspiration to re-roll it. Mason, I love you. Please sit down.
Natural
That's
20.
much better.
From rolling a 2 to
So,
rolling
yeah,
a natural 20.
You still get
Very
hit.
good.
You still get hit with the attack, but you manage to avoid it getting into your eyes and blinding you.
Oh, thank you. So glad I had that inspiration.
Gent.
Let's see.
It is effectively on the ground. It's just hovering like a few inches off the ground.
All right. Gent's going to tactically redeploy. 1, 2, 3.
And
4,
reload your full
5,
gun.
6. No, he's moving. He's just moving. You know, like with feet, like normal people do.
So less a tactical redeploy and more moving.
Right. Mm-hmm. It's still a tactical redeployment, just not italicized and or with capital letters.
I like how I'm the sinister one, and yet Jack says something like, with feet, like normal people do.
And we'll put 2 into this demon that's menacing Annabella, or try to at least. First one just to
Oh no, it
stand
quite
it.
effectively menaced me, sir.
Yeah. No, sorry. The trying to is the shooting, not the menacing. It succeeded. I just don't know if I will. First attack. Yep. Is it 15 hit? God, I'm rolling like
15 does not. The shot goes wide.
Okay. How about a 24?
24 does hit.
Okay. For 18 piercing damage. 1 rangefinder and then 1 through one hopefully through a wing or something.
Right? You hit it.
Awesome.
Get it in sort of like a shoulder blade area.
Oh, cool. And that is where we are stopping for now.
All right. The next
Definitely scanning the area for the orphan.
Well, it's the next spine demon's turn.
Okay.
As this one melts out of the shadows of the structure that you happen to step next to, Gent.
What structure?
That one.
That looks like a tree. Okay.
It's not.
All right.
It's a pile of rubble, basically.
That's too
Okay.
close. I don't like that.
Again, wings flare out as it drops down from the shadow that built up in this pile of rubble. 2 strikes with the sickle. A 23 and a 16.
First one hits, second one does not.
All right, so strikes you with the first sickle is going to use its sneak attack.
Okay.
That's going to be 7 slashing damage on the sickle, and then 8 slashing damage for the sneak attack, so
15 total.
Yeah.
And now that I've been damaged, my reactive blast goes off.
Yes, now you can use your reactive blast.
Okay. There it is. I assume a 32 hits it.
A 32 hits.
All right. It takes 18 piercing from the bullet. It takes 18 thunder damage and is pushed 15 feet away. I'll do it down towards this cage thing, I think.
Right. So it slides 15 feet, you said?
15 feet, yep.
5, 15.
I'm sure it probably has plenty of movement left, but...
It does, but that actually puts it out of melee range, so it doesn't have the flat roll on its spit attack, which is its third attack.
Oh, okay. Well, awesome. That wasn't smart.
Does a 21 hit you?
It does.
All right. You take 8 necrotic damage. I need you to make a dexterity saving throw.
Okay.
As you... So you... The one hit, as the second hit comes in, you just sort of under your armpit fire the reactive blast. Just an explosion, a thunderous explosion that causes the strike to go wide, pushes this corvid-like creature back, and as it does, it just as it rocks back, it sort of comes back and just and fires this what seems to you like a glob of oily bone shards.
Okay.
But you manage to avoid getting any in your eyes.
Okay.
Now it is Dren's turn.
Alrighty. Give me a second. I gotta find my way back to the tab. Okay. Well, there's a thing that's right up here.
Yeah, they're not. These guys aren't invisible. They are melding with the shadows.
Camouflage versus invisible.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, well we'll deal with these things first. I am going to move up and
scroll rather than. Why in one browser does when I use my scroll it scrolls, but in the other browser when I use my scroll it zooms?
Yes, I'm definitely going to move up, and I will green flame blade and attack. I will move around if that's possible around these trees.
The trees are difficult terrain, so you can move through them, but it takes a bit of extra.
Right there. Yep, I can do that.
All right.
Because advantage is a good thing, especially with my rolling. 26.
26 hits.
Okay. So it is. I don't remember what damage is. Because I barely ever use this spell. You're the person who always uses it, John. What's the damage on this?
Green Flame Blade?
Yeah.
It is a
D8. 8 looks
D8.
like.
Yeah, it's a D8. It's a D8 and then your charisma modifier. And then as it levels up, the first they both increase by D8s.
So 7 plus 14 plus 4 radiant. Oh yes, no, that should be another D8.
Yeah, it should be 2 D8. Yeah, it should be 3 D8.
I'll just re-roll the. Is it
It's either 2 or 3d8 at this point.
No, it's just 2 at this point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
At this point, it's 2d8 plus your the
Yeah.
second person also gets
I'll
your
just do the
spellcasting
full
mod.
reroll on it. So
Yeah, that's it.
okay, I'll take that.
There you go.
So 14 slashing, 4 radiant, and 14 fire.
It actually adds up because the second one is the second d8 is 6, so it only you lose 1 and then gain 1. So yeah, it still matches.
Yep.
All right.
And I believe that is everything for me.
It still takes the fire damage, but you notice that it does not take as much fire damage.
It's fine. It's a little bit. And it's a cantrip, so I don't think I have anything bonus actiony to do. I don't want to let's see, step away. I should have done that. Oh well. No, I'm good.
Okay. As you end your turn amongst the negative energy trees, I need to make a Constitution saving throw.
Okay. Well, that fits.
Would you like to reroll that with any abilities that you might have to reroll it?
I'm gonna be honest, with a +2, I don't feel like I'm probably gonna do a whole hell of a lot better, at least to meet the DC of the environment of a level 15 or 15 area. No, I'm good.
All right.
It's fine. I'm used to losing characters to this fucker.
I didn't roll very good on damage. So you take 26 points of necrotic damage.
Oh, is that all?
As the tree roots around you, these shadowy roots, latch onto your ankles, and you feel your life force being drained by them.
Okay.
Anytime you end your turn amongst the trees, you take damage.
Noted. And it's just damage. It's not maximum hit
It's
points.
it's just damage. It's not maximum hit points reduced.
Good. That's good.
Those are special abilities. This is just environmental hazards. All right, Grummond.
Does anybody know if this one blows up when you kill it?
Don't know anything about this one.
Right, better safe than sorry. And Grumman sort of slaps his hands together and rubs them back and forth. And as he does so, the geometric stylized barley that is around his arms, the tattoos, start to glow with a bright amber orange energy. And he turns, will move to here, and takes a swing out. And as he does so, the energy from the barley lashes out, and I'm going to take 2 swings, a left and then a right at the demon with my activated Eldritch Claw tattoo.
Hell yeah!
First one is a 20.
I will say that you can pass that effect on to your extra arms when you use your bracers of forearms.
Yeah, but I think that's also a bonus to activate, so action economy. But that's cool to know. Thank you.
Yeah. 20 and 20 both hit.
I'm sorry, I don't know why I rolled a third. I just saw the 20 again and assumed the other one hadn't
Presumably you were
gone.
going to keep I don't know. So yeah, 20, both 20s hit.
Yeah, so a 13 and a 10, and then both of those get extra force damage from the activated tattoo.
Are they both considered magical?
Yeah, all of my attacks are considered
That's what I
magical,
thought.
even if I haven't activated my tattoo.
Yeah.
Because you're a monk.
Because I think because I'm a monk, but certainly because I have the Eldritch Claw tattoo, which doesn't need to be active to make my punches magical. So an extra 7 points of damage. So a total of 30 from those 2.
Question about the Eldritch Claw tattoo from my perspective, John, because I also have one.
Yep.
It doesn't make your attacks ranged. It gives your melee attacks reach, and it's sort of extending your melee attacks. Would that still function with the gunblade?
Yes.
Cool.
All right.
Right, it's the Dalsim maneuver, right, where your limb
No, it's
just
still
stretches
magical.
out,
It's still
right?
magical energy. It's like you don't have to like disjoint
It's just
your
that
arm.
the magical the energy of the gunblade going off gets carried into the ink wave.
It's more. I always imagined it more like Venom or Carnage, where like the suit attacks. So it's like the tattoo attacks.
Yeah, that's like I said. It's basically at this point, it's like whips of this geometric stylized barley come flying out of his arms.
I'm beating you up with a farm field.
Anything else in your turn, Grummond?
I think that's my bonus and my. No, I think that's it. I think I'm going to stand there.
All right. Ithram.
All right. I'm going to reach down into my bag, utter a couple words, and animate the 5 lengths of mithril chain that I had commissioned a while ago.
Hell yeah.
And they kind of just snake out like cobras and start to hover. And that's my action.
How many of them are there?
5. They count as medium creatures. And they're 20 feet long.
I'm going to say that if they count as medium creatures, they fit in a 5-foot square, even though they can stretch to 20 feet.
Yeah, we've had this discussion in Slack because they're chains, not thick monsters.
Yeah.
Not thick.
Actually, I will just make this something you can control as a token. And then copy that 5 times. All right. You have 5 animated chains.
Awesome. Bonus action, I'm just going to say restrain all the enemies. And the first one doesn't exactly say, let me throw it into chat. I assume they go after me. It doesn't say.
You decide what action the creature will take and where it will move during its next turn, or you can issue a
But
general command.
It doesn't roll initiative.
As a bonus action, you can mentally command any creature you may with the spell if the creature is within 500 feet of you. If you control multiple creatures, you can command any or all of them at the same time, issuing the same command to each one. So they move. They don't have a turn.
Yeah, but it says they go on their next turn. Yeah.
It depends on what you want to do as the DM. There's no hard and fast rule on it.
Yeah.
Like, technically speaking, you could have them roll initiative and go on their own turns if you wanted to keep track of that.
No, I'll say they all go on your turn. That's just the easiest way to keep track of them. So but it does take a bonus action to command them. So
yeah. So the first one will 1, 2, and it's going to try to make it.
I say they're at least better than the Ranger's pet.
It's only because there's 5 of them. And 1, 2, 3.
And because it uses your bonus action, not your action.
6.
They do have life, don't they?
Yes, they do have HP.
Good to know.
So these 2 are gonna attack this one up here, and
are they attempting to grapple it?
One of them will be, yes. The other one is just gonna fucking beat it.
Okay, so the grappling one will need to make an athletics check, and the other one can make an attack.
Medium ones have 40 hit points and a 13 AC.
And 6 strength.
So the one doing the attack, 14.
14 misses. Okay. It doesn't miss, but like the chain beats against the side of it and doesn't seem to impact.
And then athletics, so it does have a strength score
of 6.
Of 10, actually.
10.
Large has 10.
No,
medium has 10.
The strength goes after the size.
I see.
Yeah.
I see. The block.
The formatting in Roll20 is
fucked.
really weird. I have D&D Beyond open.
Okay.
Large has a strength of 14.
So it's just a flat roll. 6.
Opposed by its acrobatics.
Roll shit. Demon bird.
Roll to 20.
Yeah, fuck you.
Oh, man, who knew that demon birds might be dexterous?
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Shit. This one's gonna go down here, and 5. This one's gonna smack it too.
All right, make an attack roll.
18.
18 hits.
For piss damage. 8 points of bludgeoning damage.
All right. Anything else in your turn?
1. Let's see. No, I'm gonna stay right where I'm at.
Okay. At the end of your turn, the one animated chain that is in the reach of the trees needs to make a Constitution saving throw.
Even if it's not touching the ground.
It's within the reach of the trees.
All right. Constitution saving throw. Just another flat roll. 2.
That's a failure. So that chain takes 38 points of necrotic damage.
All right. That's 2 hit points.
As a root latches onto the chain, and
hey, that's my gimmick.
All right. Next, you all hear
sue the forest for gimmick infringement.
You all hear something approaching rapidly. Ithram, worryingly, it's getting closer to you. There's a lot of like a stone pillar behind you.
Mm-hmm.
Not anymore.
As this thing just Kool-Aid Man through it.
As a giant humanoid figure with a large metal crow helmet and a large crow-headed what's the best way to describe this thing? Pick.
It's a crow's beak.
Yeah, a crow's beak. Just bursts through this pillar that you were standing next to.
Go back to the hill you came out
That's
of.
not great.
Stone crumbling and flying away as it sort of rears back up above you and just drops this pick on you.
Yeah, it's a Beck de Corbin, also known as a crow's beak.
Yeah. Does a 23 hit you?
With a shield? No.
Hey! So yeah, the pillar goes away, and this massive back to Corbin just comes crashing down towards you. Shield, it presses down. There's electric crackling as it stops. And so it rears back and slams a second time. A 13, however, continues to miss as it slams on the shield again. Titania. You're muted.
Sorry. I'm going to use my action to wild shape. I get all those wonderful, wonderful hit points as mushrooms spread out.
Right.
Yay!
And with 60 extra hit points, I'm going to do, let's see.
I learned the other day that you can put your hit point. You can put a bracketed hit point total next to your hit points on your token to represent your temporary hit points, and it works.
Oh, well, I'm
like you can have 83 bracket 60, and it'll show up visibly.
All right. And oh, there it is. Let's see. Sorry, I'm just thinking of what to do. I couldn't see
good.
where everyone was before. Now that helps.
Yeah, you turn that corner and Ithram's just square up, shitbird.
Yep. That was right. I'm gonna cast a healing spirit. It's been a while.
It's been a while.
It's been a while. Third level. No, second level. We're gonna keep that at second level. It's going to appear as I use up my last second level spell. It's gonna appear right next to Annabella. A like fey kind of indistinct sort of being appears next to you. Yeah, at the start of your turn, you're gonna get some healing. That's my turn.
Give me 1 second. I need to get this this thing working real quick. What does the healing spirit look like? Give me a description. It's been a while. It's been a while.
Oh goodness. It kind of looks like Titania, actually. I think it's like a vague sort of mirror kind of image. It doesn't have very distinct features, and it's kind of shifting a little bit between that and like an elk and a fox and a couple other things. It's not very solid. And I am restricting it to only heal the party, not anyone else.
You don't wanna heal any of my glorious monsters?
No, I do not.
No, John, your no moves don't get healed.
That just seems mean, but okay. Okay, why isn't this thing showing up?
I can do that up to 6 times, so we'll keep track.
Sorry, I have a animated token for this, and it's not showing up, and it's making me mad.
So I am concentrating on that right now.
Okay, we're just gonna make it we're just gonna make it one of these for now. Until I can find the correct one. I'll figure out why it's not showing up. Alright. So just gonna roll 20 one more time, see if it shows up. That makes it the next turn, which is the Orphan's turn. Anyways. So Gent, you hear, I mean you all hear, but it's directed at Gent. You've led me on a merry chase, Mina, but I always get my prey. And There's the sound of a large ballista-like object cocking. Does a 15 hit you, Gent?
No.
Next to you, this massive ballista bolt strikes. And I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
Okay. I'm great at these.
Where did it come from?
Wow, 19.
Nice.
19, nice. Half damage.
Hey, I'll take it.
You take 6 points of thunder damage as the bolt hits the ground and explodes next to you. It came from the south.
Cool.
Good to know.
All right. That makes it Valdeth's turn.
Cool. Where can I move? Go there. And that's another 25 feet. So instead, yeah. So Valdeth will run this way. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. And as she runs past, the sword tattoo on the inside of her right arm begins to bleed down across her hand and onto the hilt of the radiant of the star metal gunblade as she too activates her Eldritch Claw tattoo. And she sort of runs past, puts the sword into the sheath on her side, and just like looking to the side at this giant. We don't have time for this. Ithram, I need you to focus on the south. He's somewhere down there. And it's just draws twice and just strikes out with the ink on the Eldritch Claw onto this fucker.
The giant bird-headed man and menacing Ithram?
Yes.
Shit bird.
18 hit.
An 18 does hit, yes.
I will use one of my Blood Fury charges. So that's 16 slashing, 3 radiant, 15. Sorry, hang on. The first one is a d6, so 3 force damage and 12 necrotic damage. And I will pull the trigger on my gunblade shell. Radiant shell, because it's all radiant shells right now. Extra 4 radiant damage. And then second attack. The 15 hit.
So the second attack, as it lashes out, the Becta Corbin just bunting out of the air.
So just and look back at it. That is my turn.
All right. Unfortunately, none of you got close to the last one. So this one has to appear a little ways away from Valdeth. You didn't get close enough. Valdeth, as you're sort of looking south, you see melting out from the shadows of some of the ruins that the Juggernaut bashed through is another of these spine demons. He's a little bit further away than he wanted to be. So he has to 5, 10, 15.
He doesn't get to
20,
he doesn't get to sneak attack.
25.
Hi.
Question.
Yes.
Does my chain get an opportunity attack?
Do your
Is
chains
it-
have reactions?
Let me double check.
They're live creatures.
No, they
Yeah.
are animated objects.
Well, they do. They become creatures.
Yes,
Yeah.
but not all
Yeah,
creatures.
but,
Not all
like-
creatures have reactions. There are many
Like,
NPCs.
if
that
the
don't.
Echo doesn't get an opportunity attack, which I don't
Yeah.
think it does.
No.
Okay.
There are many creatures that don't have reactions, like including opportunity attacks. So, and in this one in particular, I believe it would say if it had a reaction, particularly because so if you commanded it to wait for an attack of opportunity and attack when something passed it, then it would be able to do that. So it's based on basically what they can do is based on what you command them to do.
Okay.
All right, Camille, you were muted.
I just said
muted.
it's just like holding an action.
Yeah. Like they could hold
Okay.
their action to attack something as it ran past if you commanded them to. But they don't have that. They don't have that intelligence of their own to do an attack of opportunity.
All right.
That requires higher processing skills, which chains don't have.
Go figure.
So, wow, that Juggernaut only has a 5-foot reach. So yeah, you're not in melee with any of its allies, so it does not get sneak attack on you.
I was aiming on. I was sort of betting on that.
Nope. All right. So regular non-advantaged attacks. Does a 9 misses you? Does a 24 hit?
Yes, 24 does indeed hit.
You take 10 slashing, and it spits at you. This one's with disadvantage because it's in melee. A 10 misses.
Yes.
Annabella.
Okay. So I can't attack this thing in melee.
And you
So
can.
I can.
Yeah.
Be
you
a
can
disadvantage,
use
but you
my
can.
disadvantage.
Three. Oh, yeah, disadvantage. Yeah, that's what I mean. I don't want to do that.
You with your
Hello.
ridiculous bonus to hit.
Actually, hang on. Let me see how ridiculous my bonus to hit is. My bonus to hit's pretty ridiculous.
I had to roll presumably like a 2 or a 3 to miss this Juggernaut. I can't imagine these birds are much harder to hit than he is.
All right. Then yeah, I think I guess I will go ahead and attack this bird at disadvantage in melee. So because then I can still get my quick draw, right?
Yeah, we'll say you reloaded over the long rest. Yeah.
Because how long does it take to reload my quick draw?
An
It's
hour.
just an action, right?
No, it
Oh,
takes
an hour.
it takes an hour to reload it.
Oh, okay. Well, then yes, I would have done that over the long rest for sure. But
Very
I'm not
complicated
gonna-
hidden crossbow.
Yes, it is.
right? But I'm not going to use it now though. I will just go ahead and take my. What do I get? 3 attacks for my
I think you get 2
if
attacks.
I use my full. If
Yeah.
I use my full.
Well, I mean, your action is attack, and you get 2 attacks.
Gotcha. Okay. So okay. Gotcha. You know what? I'm thinking in 3-5.
Yeah, you're
That's what
thinking
I'm doing.
3-5.
Okay. So then I will take my 2 attacks then. Okay. So that's a 29
Where is? Oh, there it is. Quick draw.
and 17 for my second one.
Both of those hit.
Sweet. Okay. So.
Sorry, no, it doesn't take an hour. It takes a minute. It takes a minute to reset the crossbows in rings.
But that's still 10 rounds, so I
Yeah,
still wouldn't do
10
that
rounds.
in combat. But I could do it after combat.
Yeah, you can do it after combat.
Okay. Okay, cool.
Yeah, you just
that's
take a
good.
minute and reload it. Slowly turn like a hand crank on the side of a crossbow that's on your wrist.
It's just a little thing. It takes you a minute because you have to focus on it.
Yep.
And you have to do it
Okay,
with one
so-
hand.
Yeah.
That's
So that's 22 for the first hit.
and 24 for the second hit.
So you sort of like look up at this thing that's hit you twice and spit in your face, and just pull out two. What kind of arrows are these?
Acid light.
Acid light. So you pull out these two greenish arrows, strike them on the bow so that the tips begin to flare with this glow. Fire twice directly point blank into it. And as the acid begins to burn away, it dies because you did more than its remaining health and damage, which is how dying works.
Sweet.
And it hits the ground, still glowing with these 2 points of acid light arrows in it, as the trees wrap around it and begin absorbing it.
Sweet.
Oh,
Very nice, very
Annabella,
nice.
you heal, by the way. I just remembered that.
Annabelle hasn't stepped into the healing sphere yet
Oh.
because you put it next to Annabelle, not on Annabella.
Yes, but I think it's just you have to be close to it.
You have to step into it.
That.
You have to step into it for it to heal you. Yeah, healing
Well,
spirit.
Okay,
you,
fair,
you,
yes.
you have to.
yes.
It's
You have
whenever
to-
you
have to
step into it. Yeah.
Yes.
Then I will go ahead and do that.
All right. So how much?
Good.
How much does it heal?
D6 plus a D4. I'll roll it.
Yeah. Every time you step into the space of a healing spirit, or if you start your turn in the space of a healing spirit, you get healed. Presumably, you can then step out so that other people can use it if they want.
Oops. I didn't do it. Okay. I'm just gonna do it this way. 8. 8 hit points.
Alrighty, I will heal that up.
All right. You get 8 hit points.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Do you step further out of it?
Yes, I can do that.
Yeah, you can keep moving. You have movement.
Sweet. Okay. And I will go ahead and finish my movement then. I didn't know if I had to stop in it to be able to get
No,
the heal.
it's the first
Nope.
time you move through it. Basically, you don't have to stop to get the healing.
Gotcha.
You just can't. You can't step. You can't step into it, step out, step back into it, step out, step back into it.
Gotcha. I take that. Alright, then I will move there.
All right. Are you gonna use quick draw or no?
Because I still have that's still a bonus action.
You still have your
So
bonus
yes,
action.
I'll use my quick draw on that fucker.
All right. What kind of arrow did you load into the quick draw?
I'm going to say well, a Brambleheart arrow.
Okay. So you loaded a bramble heart arrow into the quick draw. You fire it. Make the attack. Who are you shooting?
The crow head.
Okay.
So I have to scroll up to look at it.
31 hits.
25.
All right. So 25 piercing damage. Are you going to speak the command word and cause it to grow explosively into spike growth?
Fuck yes, I am.
All right. So it's going to take an additional. Oh, sorry. The 2d4 was already in that. Okay.
Yeah.
So you speak the command word, and it grows into a spiked growth on top of it, centered on the creature. Oh, hey, look. My healing
Don't like
spirit
that.
is here. Hey, I can put a correct one there now. There we go. That's a healing spirit.
That's cool.
Thanks.
All right, spiked growth. Spiked growth creates an area, doesn't it?
Yes, it does.
Well, how big's the area?
I believe it's 20 foot.
20-foot cube?
Check. I just know that Naren has it. He's also cast it. Yeah, 20-foot radius. So it's a sphere, or not sphere, circle.
The 20-foot radius. Sphere. So then, sphere, or circle. All right. So we'll call it. Wow, you have all of these things, but not the one I need. Oh, there it is. Boom. $20-foot radius. I believe that's right. No.
Yeah.
20-foot radius from one side to the other, or from the center out.
Center out.
Center out.
Oh, center
So
out.
that's
So yeah.
So then twice as big as that.
Yeah, it's 40 feet across.
That big? 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30.
2 more
35,
squares.
40.
That big, yes.
Big.
So this Brambleheart arrow strikes into the giant, and as it hits from the quick draw, hits into it, you watch as this arrow that looks kind of like a root, like a thorned root, digs in, and spikes begin to sprout all over the giant, ripping through the flesh, protruding out in all directions, and then begin to do the same from the ground around, extending out from its feet for 20 feet until this entire area just outside, that Annabella is conveniently just standing outside of, but also which encompasses Ithram, Valdeth, and the Crow.
Wow.
Do we need to make a save, or is it just dangerous terrain right now?
Oops, no, hang on, no, don't do that.
I think it's just dangerous until we move.
There we go. It is a spiked growth effect. It is there now.
Okay, so it is dangerous terrain.
It is dangerous terrain. Yes. Like
As the step up from difficult terrain.
Every 5 feet you move, you take a D4 of damage, I think, or is it D6?
2.
2D4.
2D4. Yeah.
All right. That applies for all enemies except for the one that can fly. Speaking of which, now it's that one's turn is gone.
Dead
It's
thing's
dead.
turn.
Gent.
All right. Can I see where the orphan is?
No.
Okay.
But you do know that it's shy you from somewhere south.
Does my whole Rangers can step through difficult terrain thing help me with that, or no?
It's dangerous terrain, not difficult terrain.
Okay.
It doesn't
Didn't
slow
know
you
if there was
down,
a
but it does still damage you.
Didn't know if there was a distinction there.
Gent's going to actually no. He's going to stay where he's at for now. He's going to put 2 more into this demon thingy.
Which demon thingy?
This one.
Okay. You are not wanting for targets of the demon thingy variety.
Right. Mm-hmm. Oh, hey.
I am off mic, but I'm nearby if you guys.
Natural 20.
Natural 20, which means Spellslinger's fortune goes off, and I get a fucking spell slot back, which like never happens.
Nice.
So he takes 17 plus 6, so 23 points of magical piercing damage.
All right.
And does an 18 hit him?
An 18 also hits.
Another 10. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I redeploy over to here, hopefully giving me some cover.
That is a 10-foot rise.
That's okay.
Mm-hmm.
Then here.
Okay.
Yep. As I backpedal the fuck up from wherever this fucker's shooting at me.
All right.
And I'm yelling that the orphan is to the south.
That one's turn.
And also, he should give us his name. This is getting rude and impolite.
Did you say orphan?
It's the demon bounty hunter.
Yeah, but what's his parental status got to do with it?
Or thun.
Oh, I get it. I don't though.
I was gonna say, I don't think he does.
10,
No, I definitely don't.
5, 30, 35, 40, 45. As it just flies towards you.
Yeah, no, that's fine.
Actually, while it's flying, before it actually gets to you.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
And spit.
I feel like.
Does a 22 hit you?
It does.
You take 9 necrotic damage, make a dexterity saving throw.
Oop. 13.
That is not enough.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have any ability to reroll it?
I don't think I have any inspirations, so,
Right, so
gonna say
some greasy, oily bone shards get into your eyes, and you are blinded until this creature's next turn.
Okay.
As you take 9 necrotic damage. And it gets up on you.
And I'm blinded, so those attacks are at advantage now.
Which means it gets a sneak attack back.
Hey.
Unfortunately, the first attack's a 12, which I think still misses you.
Sure do.
Does a 24 hit you?
Yes, it does.
All right. That's going to be 10 slashing. Plus 9 additional slashing from the sneak attack. It's rolling real shit on the sneak attack.
I mean, lucky me.
All right. Dren.
All right. First things first.
Healing spirits right there.
I'm aware. Sword flashes and is used to cast a few Eldritch Blasts at this guy.
All right. 3. Does that happen on your regular blasts or just the extra one?
Jesus Christ! I was still on the character sheet. I hadn't looked. No, it's only on the the extra.
The
one.
extra one. All right. So you get your 2, and then your 3rd.
Yep.
Is the 3rd the extra one? Yeah.
No, 3 is normal.
So you get a 4th one for extra now. Right.
I believe so. I'm checking right now.
By level 15, yes, you should fire 3 Eldritch Blast normally.
Right. Yes, I'm aware.
So the normal, so the first one misses. The second 2 hit.
Yes, I get it. So 4th one. Let's see if it fucks me again.
So, guys.
It did not.
17 hits.
From now on, I need to be loading my quick draw with wildfire ammunition. Because I totally didn't read that right the first time I read it.
So all 3 of those hit.
Well, the good news is those 1s are 2, I think.
Yeah, your 1s become 2s.
Good. Because that damage fucking happened.
A 1, a 4, and a 1, which makes a 2, a 4, and a 2. So
Jesus
8
Christ.
damage total.
For my bonus action, I am going to. Yeah, that'll work. Okay, yeah, Misty Step there. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
All right, what's the range on your vision?
120 feet. Oh, wait, no. Let me check as far as that goes. I'm pretty sure it just meets my vision, but I want to make sure. No, never mind. 30 feet.
So within 30, with it, you have 120 feet of dark vision, but within 30 feet is when you can see through invisibility.
Correct.
Okay, cool.
That is my turn.
All right. Drummond.
All right. So Drummond will move just to the outside of this area here, and will punch this guy twice. Again, a left and then a right with the amber bands lashing out each time. 31 and a 32. I'm sorry, a 32 and a 28.
Which one are you punching? The one next to Valdeth?
This one, the purple one next to Valdeth. Yes,
those both hit.
All right, so that will be 15 points of damage, 10 points of damage, and then each one takes an extra d6. So 28. I'm sorry. What is that? 33 points of damage total on that one. And how is it looking? Is it still holding together?
Sorry, I'm trying to figure out where was that. Yeah, no, it's still looking pretty together.
All right, and this is the stump that I'm next to, yeah?
Yes.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay. Then Groen will run up onto the top of that. Whoa, can't see anything. Can I actually see from on top of it? Or no?
Yeah, you can see from on top of it.
Okay. So we'll run up onto the top, using my monk freaky climbing shit, which for Grumman is far less graceful than I think the ability is as written. He just sort of clambers up on top of the stump, turns around, gets up there, staggers for a bit, steadies himself, turns, and again a right and then a left, this time for the crow-headed creature.
Yeah, can you see now?
Yes, I can. Thank you. So 2 more there. And again, these are all magical. So 23
hits
and a 17
hits.
Actually. And then so
you only rolled damage for one. There you go.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry. Okay, yeah. So so that's going to be 37 more points of damage to that one. And and then Grumman says, "To the south, eh? I think that's this direction." And then we'll run. How much do I lose climbing up on the stump? Anything?
No.
Okay.
Well, I'm sorry. I mean, it's
how high is it? I guess.
Yeah, I guess where it's
it's like 5 feet to get up there.
Maybe 10 feet up. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So 10 feet up, and I'm 10 feet down at this point. So 20 feet into my, at this point, 60-foot move, because I didn't say it, but I spent a point of key to do flurry of blows. So I'm going to, at that point, just continue running south for 40 more feet.
Okay.
All right, so running south, passing Ghent, and just
Passing
Grumman.
Dren.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, passing Dren. Grumman looks over at Dren, and at this point has pulled a flask out of one of his pockets and is taking a swig. And as he's running by, he says, "Hey, you want a little something as we go?"
It is not my turn. I can't respond.
You can respond. You just can't respond substantially.
Fair.
A yes or a no is not.
There is no response.
Okay, cool. Ithram.
Okay.
It's just a shake of the flask in response to the no response.
Bonus action. Same command, constrict them. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This one that's hurt can, if it can get into that space, it'll fly behind it and see if it can grapple that one.
All right.
10.
Eight.
All right.
It's grappled.
Nice.
All right. This is when the fun part comes in a second. And then, so this one, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's down here. It's hard to see. It's going to do the same thing to the big one in front of me. 19.
Nice. Can you grapple? Yeah, no, you can grapple one size larger than you.
Yeah, these are, so long as it's not huge, I believe. Let me check the spells.
It's 2 sizes larger that becomes that grappling becomes impossible.
22 on its strength check.
All right, that's fine.
Interesting. It rolled its strength score on its strength check.
6 can get to here. Question: if it's flanking, does it get advantage on the
on a grapple check? No.
Grapple? Oh, I didn't think so. 7. I'm assuming you could beat that with a 1.
Rolled a 16, so yes.
Yeah. Let's see. This one's gonna pop up behind here and try to grab that one. Nope, that's a natural 1.
11 on the bird's turn.
Yep. And then this thing can't see, so it's just gonna go back over to this one, and it's actually gonna smack it.
All right, make an attack roll.
Yeah, 11.
11 misses.
All right, splendid. And main action. Yeah, that thing needs to. How rough is this one over here looking that Gent's face to face with?
It's hard to tell.
Okay.
Fiends don't show damage very well.
That's fair. But Gent needs to get away from that. So I'm going to cast. I gotta make sure I'm within range. All right. This is the fun bit. Yeah. I will move. Shit, that's an opportunity attack too. Second. Yeah. Screw it. Go big. I'm gonna move to over here.
All right, so you take 2d4 points of piercing damage for moving through the briars.
Yep.
And it's gonna try to smack you.
Who wants to roll that damage, or do I roll it?
You can roll it.
Okay. How many Legos do I step on?
Average.
Perfectly average.
Yep.
Make a concentration saving throw. A constitution saving throw for your concentration.
$15.
15, you're fine. Does a 21 hit you?
Yes. No shield.
Okay, so you shield. The pick bounces off again.
And with my action, I'm going to cast a movable object on the chain that is currently grappling that demon. And I'm going to be using a meta magic point so that I don't have to physically touch it.
All right.
Yo. Distance spell.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, God, what? That spell exists in more than just that one incarnation. Also, I've got that book. Oh, I'm not logged in. That's why.
I'm going to be casting it. Cast it at the base level second.
All right. Yeah, nothing says you can't cast it on an animated object, so you do. All right. It becomes locked in place. At the end of your turn, that's where we're going to end for this week. Say goodbye, everybody.